Technology and mental health. How connected are we to good mental health? Adults has always been worried new trends and how they affect young. Generation gap exists because as time progresses, new trends will lead to new attitude and value. But American professor of psychology, Dr. Jim M. Twin Twiney recently noticed something abnormal about the way this present generation of teenagers is developing. According to training, character, character, qualities, quality less carry characterize a attitude and value of a generation usually reveal themselves gradually, but instead of a progressive expression of characterize of a quality that defines a generation. There was a abrupt change around about 2012. Not only was a change not only was it a change in attitude, but it was also a fully radical change in behavior, and all this centered in time less American smartphone ownership exceed about 15% of population. Twinning argue that since 1970s, American culture has placed more and more value on individuality and independence. But this generation of teenagers suddenly is likely to leave their house without their parents. She even found that 12th grader went out this in less often in 2015 than 8th grader did in 2009. A research published in Journal Pediatrics shows that there is another disturbing trend in American youth. Starting around 2014, the number of teenagers who report experience a major depressing episode has or NDE in previous 12 months has rising dramatically. An MDE is defined as a loss of interest or pleasure in daily activities more than 2 weeks. For more than 2 weeks. During that time, people experience specific symptoms of depression nearly every day. This can range from a depressive or irritable mood to a significant change in sleep, active concentrate or concentration or appetite. In addition, it can conclude thoughts of death or suicide. In 2016, more than 3 million children in America age 12, age 12 to 17 report that experience at least once MDE in the past 1 year. Even more depressing. Even more distressing. Distressing. Even more distressing is the rise of the suicide rate. Is the rise of suicide rate. Period to 2010, suicide rate has been declining almost 20 years for 20 years for almost 20 years in America. Now, suicide rate for American teenagers has been rising among the girls. The rate for girls in age the rate for girls in age 13 and 18 increased 65% between 2010 and 2015. No one can definitively say why teenager suicide rate are rising. However, data trainees see a direct connection between the rise of mental health issues and the use of social media. According to her research, eighth graders who spend from 6 to 9 hours a week in social media are more 47% likely 47% more likely to say they are unhappy. The heavy user of social media is more than 27 more or 27% more at a risk of depression. The excessive of social media, the excessive use of social media can lead to lack of sufficient sleep. Difficulty in sleep can lead to or cause an depression episode. Disorders. But data training see another problem. Social media not just has power. Power to connect children day and night. It also reinforces the age-old concern of being left out. Today, teenagers might spend this time to going out. Spend time going out and being with friends together in person. When they do, It always posts on social media, and those not invited accurately notice this. Other factors such as cyberbullying certainly also play a role. So if anyone wants to connect good mental health,
Stay connected to.
stay connected to mental health. It
might be better
to
put
put the cell phone away more often.
好。